Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new day and a new episode of Gaming with Yippee. Now let's do it. So last night we got what we all wanted, which was the Black Ops 3 reveal trailer. For the first time ever in zombies history, we're actually going back further than World War II. We're actually going back to the 1920s era, which is almost like a steampunk if you actually look at some of the pictures I'm about to post up. So here we can see the very first glimpse of the city, and as you can see, it is very 1920s, very steampunk type of look to it. It's got a bit more modern things than obviously the 1920s had. So I'm really loving the era and the genre they're trying to create. So as the trailer goes on, we then get to see our new protagonists, and they are new. They're not old. They're not Rick Fenn. They're not Takeao. They're not Dempsey, and they're not Nikolai. They are all new, and they are Nero, Jessica, Vincent, and MP Bell. Now there is also a fifth one, not like normal. Obviously there's normally just 4. However, there's apparently 5, and the other one is called the Shadow Man. Now the Shadow Man's really mysterious. You don't really see much of him. So I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know if you can play him. I don't know if he's like a sub-character. I'm not too sure. Now as usual, we have an all-star cast playing all of our characters, in which include Jeff Goldblum, Heather Graham, Neil McDonough, Ron Perlman, and Robert Picardo. All these actors, to me anyway, are extremely good at what they do. I think they've been picked for a reason, and I'm really interested in to see how they portray the characters, what they're going to do with them, and again, it's just really exciting. Like Treyarch always do, there is some sort of backstory. Now all of them have their own wee backstories, such as Nero, who's some sort of magician / circus guy, I don't know. He's got some weird background though. Obviously in the picture I've got here, he's got this showgirl and he's going to be chucking some knives at her. I mean, that's just a basic Saturday night, isn't it really? There's also Jessica, who's a bit of a sketchy person herself. I mean, she doesn't have much of a backstory in this clip anyway. From what I can gather is she's a burlesque lady. From the types of clothes she's wearing, and through a couple of clips through the trailer, there's a couple of pictures of like the burlesque show and things, so that's where I think she's coming from. There's also Ron Perlman's character, MP Bell, who's obviously the shady bare knuckle boxer with the knuckle dusters. Now he's going to be a good call on a zombies map, so I'm going to go for him if I can. There's also Vincent, who is obviously the loan shark / gambler / dirty police officer who's in on the money, doesn't care about hurting people, so he again is going to be a good call in the zombies franchise. As for the Shadow Man, I have no idea what he looks like. I don't think it shows you at all in the clip, so I don't know, he might be our mystery man. Maybe you can't play as him, since it's not showing you a character or them fighting together. I'm thinking that he's not going to be a character you play, but more of a character that's going to guide you along type thing. But away from the characters, if you actually have a wee look at the game, I think you first start off with a different gun. I think you start off with the Revolver. Now you see it quite a lot and it pops up in 5 or 6 images on the actual clip. I think that's too often for it to be just a gun you pick off the wall or a gun you pick up in the box. I think you must start with it, and which is really cool. I've always wanted a revolver as your starting off weapon. I've never been a big fan of the Colt 45 or the other pistols, so if that is the starting off gun, then I'm really excited to use that. I want to just go straight to the Pack-a-Punch, see what it does. And yes, the Pack-a-Punch is back. How do you know this, you're probably wondering? Well, it's because you actually see it for 5 seconds. You see one of the AK variants been pack-a-punched as it's shooting purple lasers, and it's also got the cool pack-punched design on it. There are also some classic Treyarch traits coming back, in which are the chalk guns off the wall, and I think they're also bringing back buildables, as you do see a wee clip of a boost shield type thing. I don't know if you can build it, I don't know if it's an item you just get off the wall, I don't know if it's an item you get out of the box, but something tells me that there might be a bit more behind it. I think you might have buildables coming back, which will be a lot of fun. I did enjoy, obviously, the buried in, I think it was Black Ops 2. That was so fun just to set up some traps and have the zombies going over them. So if they do bring back buildables, I'll be really happy if they do. So as well as some old traits coming through, Treyarch has implemented some new ones, and they are looking very exciting. One of the new things that I am looking rather excited to is the new Gumball Machine. Now I think that's going to work a lot like the random perk machine, as it gives you out a random power. Now as you can see throughout the video, there is the protagonist taking some of the gumballs and getting different types of powers. There's ones from tentacles, there's ones disappearing, there's everything under the sun. However, if you haven't seen them already, you are going to need these powers a lot, because there are now bosses, like some of the original Zombies games. There are bosses, and there's also fucking flying creatures. So I think this is going to be a cross between Ghosts, Aliens, and obviously Treyarch's Zombies. There's something going on there. It's fucked up to me. Another thing is, I don't know if these flying creatures are going to be a substitute for dogs. I mean, obviously they haven't shown any dogs in this whole episode, apart from the flying creatures, so I think there might be something there. I think they might be the dogs. So just watch out for round 5 or round 6, because you're likely to get those fuckers. Now, one other thing that caught my eyes was this fucking cigar box, or book, or whatever it is. I mean, you see one of the protagonists getting sucked into it and kind of exploding, but not exploding, getting put back together. Is this one of like the new teleporters? Obviously in World at War you had the big generators that you had to turn on, and you could teleport in between each things. I think this might be a teleporter. If not, I don't know what it is. It's some sort of fucking cigar box, some book. I have no idea. But if you guys know what it is, please tell me, because I have no idea. Anyway guys, that's this episode for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment if you want to. Tell me what I've missed. That's great. But anyway, stay classy folks, and I'll see you later.